I just realized something. Um, the dynamic between me and my ex-wife was definitely um, a recreation of what it was like during my childhood in my family. Mostly with my brother because he was just like her, basically. Sometimes very, very thoughtful, very nice, very loving, but at the same time, he would be very mm, erratic, volatile, angry for no reason. And as a child growing up in that, I always tried to be the peacemaker. There always gonna be something he's angry with my mom or my sister or my brother, so I always tried to be the one to be the middle guy, sort of like be the one who compromises. But another thing that I realized that not only the relationship with my ex-wife was a recreation of what it was in my childhood home, but the love that I tried to give her, being so unconditional, being understanding, never never calling her out, always like trying to be understanding and accommodating for her, was really the was really me trying to give the love to my child self that I either one didn't give myself back then, or two that my family didn't give me back then. And I guess that's how I really stuck so long to really just take whatever abuse, emotional abuse or anger or emotions that came from her, because I kind of see my younger self in her. So I tried to love her unconditionally because like it was a substitute for me giving that love to myself. But because I wasn't like aware of my childhood trauma as I was, or rather, I didn't realize that the love that I wanted to give was actually for myself. So I gave it all for her and never expected anything. Because like, who would last like 3-4 years with a emotionally abused person or partner? Like, if you are in a partnership, basically there's a win-win situation for both. But I feel like, yeah, it was a win for me, but maybe like 20%, and it's a win for her 80%. just being in a relationship, because I took care of her. I never call her out, never force her to do anything. I let her have her freedom. Like, we were an unconventional couple, sort of, because Usually when people are married, like the guy like will force, wouldn't say force, but will allow the wife to do or disallow to do stuff. But I really gave her like ultimate freedom, as long as she's honest with me, which for a time she was, and it was a good partnership. But then like the love from her decreases, sex doesn't happen, she's always unhappy for whatever the fuck reason. One time she was like emotional because she couldn't sleep or she couldn't poop, or one time she was shouting about a credit card number in her connected to her phone, but it wasn't mine. But because she just treated me like a fucking punching bag, like a doormat, really. Because if the problem was she couldn't something was wrong with her Apple ID. There was a there was a credit card number attached to that, but it was not mine. And instead of like trying to fix the problem or let me fix the problem, she just like fucking went emotional and crazy, and like really just shouting over the phone for no fucking reason, and not allow me to actually give me like 5 minutes to figure it out even. So thinking back, like that's really just unacceptable behavior. But I feel like because I am trying to give, either I want to prove to myself that I can love, or I want to prove to myself that everyone can be loved. If that makes sense, meaning that if I love her unconditionally, then maybe I also can be loved unconditionally. It's weird, right? This kind of does make sense, but you know, because I've always been skeptical of love, like ever since I was a child, really. Even when I didn't understand what love was, like I was always skeptical about why would anyone do something for someone else. So if I was able to do or to love her without expecting anything in return, that means unconditional love really does exist. Not everyone is able to give that, sure, but at least if I can make it real, then it's real in the world. And like even now, after being cheated on, I still think love exists, unconditional love at least. But you know, sometimes you just have to protect yourself by having boundaries. If the other person can't respect the boundaries, then they should be out of your life. It's a lesson for me, really. Yeah, thankfully I didn't become bitter about love after being cheated on. But I definitely, maybe because I understand that it was the love that I gave that made it happen. really, because the love that she gave me back really dwindled over the years, almost to zero. So, but at least I know I can love, and there's probably someone out there who's also nice enough to love me back. But I just have to be careful not to fall into the same pattern or same this disarray, not to fall back into the same abuse, basically, or not to be used at all. But for now, I really don't see myself even remotely being with anyone. I think I should get to know myself first. Get to know myself fully, and then I'll try to get to know someone.